YouTube. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. All right, y'all. I want to see if my Facebook will work. You guys let me know, those of you who are on Facebook. Let me know, will you please? I'm trying to see if I have any of you. There it is. I see it. Thank you, Jesus. All right. Come on in. I know we are starting extremely late, y'all, but I'm so sorry. We're gonna do about 30 minutes of this. It shouldn't take long for us to get down to the nitty gritty of this show. We're talking about what are we talking about? Oh, passive income, how to start a business, and there's a whole lot of stuff in that. All right, and I'm gonna let my brothers go ahead. I'm not gonna do my usual singing and stuff like that, but y'all just come on in and let's see what y'all could do to help us make this something that people will remember, because there's some people out there that constantly ask me questions on not just investing, but how to start a business, how to live off of passive income, and all kind of things. And so, pass the word, y'all. See you in 1 minute. Let me get my notes out. Bass.
It's the show that will get you thinking, and where the topics are hot. Feel free to comment whether we agree or not, 'cause he's got something to say. Sir Walter Jones. Sir Walter Jones. He's got something to say. Sir Walter Jones. Sir Walter Jones Show.
Come on in. The water's fine. Do. Hello, everybody. So Walter Jones Show. I'm here. What is it? It is an evening edition. Baby, how y'all always coming in? Water's fine. Water. Oh, my bad. I'm just talking and I had it on mute. My bad. Hello, everybody. So Walter Jones Show. I'm here. It is an evening edition, baby. Looked like I was playing. What you call that thing with the dummy? But my brothers are going to say something, so I'm glad I have them on mute. All right. Listen, we are talking about money. All right, money. I see you, Haywood. Blessings to you, Haywood. It's Vernon Oliver Price's birthday. Amen. Praise God. And bring my brothers in here, and then they can see if they can say happy birthday to Vernon Oliver Price. Brothers, y'all all right out there?
Yes, sir.
All
Did
right.
you unmute us this time?
Yeah, I unmuted you this time. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, good to see you, Doc. Happy
Good to
birthday,
see you,
Sister
man.
Vernon Oliver Price.
Yeah. Well, I wonder how old is she? She
She's up there.
Yeah, she's definitely up there. All right, many of you are coming in here. Blessings to all of you who are coming in. Again, we're running late, but again, we're just going to do a quick something that the Jones brothers are not known for, is doing
Quickies.
something in the time that's allotted.
Speak for yourself.
And the man that just spoke is the worst crime committer
Don't
of them
talk
all.
about Rodney like that. He's a doctor now.
Yeah, the worst crime committer. All right, listen, let's get into the questions here. We've got a few questions here that's already spread out. And number one, we're talking about streams of income. Doc Rodney, help me out here. Why the need for many streams of income?
For security purposes, because you always should have something to fall back on and something else that you can depend on, and therefore you can have one main income and the rest could take care of everything else that you need, and not so much strain yourself out.
Okay. All right. You agree, Larry Jones?
I do. You never know when the stream that you're in may end, say a layoff of a job or what have you.
Good question. I mean, good answer. Because it seems like it's just like stocks. The investing, not just in stock. Well, you can invest in a stock, but you what they call diversifying your portfolio. Putting everything in the Apple stock and then trying to live off of that can be a very dangerous thing, because Apple could crash and burn and never recover, and you got nothing else.
Stock, not Apple. Use another stock, not Apple. Leave Apple alone.
Leave Apple alone.
Yeah, orange. Use
an orange. Okay, orange could. Apple, Apple doing too much. Apple gave me a credit card, and it weighed about 20 pounds. I said, Apple, you're doing too much, man. Do you really have to be the heaviest thing in my wallet? I mean, that thing was heavy. And then it said, put your phone up to it, and that's how you, what do you call it, when you turn the card on?
Activate?
Yeah, put your phone up to it. I put my phone up to the card. It went click. You're now activated. I said, y'all doing too much.
Too much.
Y'all doing too much. That's too much
power
for one man. Too much. Is there a set amount of money needed to start a new business or stream of income? Right.
It all depends on what it is that you're trying to get into. What the type of business determines how much money that you need, because the type of business determines what equipment you need. For instance, if you're going into singing, do you need to get a microphone? Do you get a desktop microphone? Did you get a high-rate microphone? Or are you going into live streaming? Do you need this? So the amount of money, I believe it depends on the business, the field, or the area that you're trying to go in. I'll say this and then I'm done. The problem is a lot of times people try to go extremely to the top and they break themselves trying to get, the Apple 6000, the Apple 13. I'm sorry, Larry. The Apple 13 Max. Sometimes all you need is the Apple 5 and 2.3 quarters.
Yeah.
So it depends on. Sorry, Larry. Turning his thing on. You're in trouble now. He'll give you 20 minutes of his time.
Surprised he didn't take his jacket off. Yeah. How much money do we need, Larry Jones?
How much money do you have?
Oh, that's good.
That's always my answer.
That's good.
Everybody always asks, how much money do I need to invest? Everybody comes with these numbers. I always ask, how much money do you have? Start where you're at.
Start where you're at. Yeah.
It's because you could start a YouTube page and it costs you nothing. You already have the internet. So it just start where you're at. Yeah.
Start where you're at. There's a question on the wall. The music company LLC. Good evening. I created my YouTube site after your last event together. Now I need more direction. What is the next step that this person need to make after they have started their channel, YouTube channel? Dr. Rodney, you first.
The first question is, and I always say this, and excuse me, wife, but it's your second wife. What I mean by that, and all three of us, we do this. We don't go to bed too much at night because we're still on YouTube trying to keep up. What are some of the air? What is everybody else? What can be next? So sometimes I tell people YouTube is your next step that you make, because somebody is investing or doing the same thing that you're doing, and you can pull a lot of ideas from them, a lot of how-tos from them, and the direction to go. So now they said that they created what?
The site. So they're at the very beginning. They have the music company LLC YouTube channel probably, and they just need what's the next step.
Yeah, and it all. Now my first question is what type of music is it? Mm-hmm. That's my first question.
Sure.
Because whatever you're gonna do, it has to reach to somebody's heart.
Yeah.
If it doesn't reach your heart, I'm not gonna turn it on. So that's my first question. I'm gonna hear from
content.
Yeah, that guy right there, and then I'll come back.
What's the next step, Larry Jones?
Action.
First step is to find your audience.
Yeah.
You find your audience. Whatever you're doing, if it's music, which is a crowded field, you find your audience. You find the people that are, first find your mark, meaning Find someone that is already doing what you're doing in the space that you're doing, in the genre that you're doing. See what they're doing right. Don't try to reinvent the wheel right out of the box. And then there is where you'll find your audience.
There is where you find your audience. How important is a thumbnail?
Thumbnail is key, because your thumbnail is what's going to attract your crowd. If your thumbnail, you know, they say a picture, what is it, speaks 1,000 words or something like that. Your thumbnail is that 1,000 words. Your thumbnail tells your audience this is what to expect when you click. And that's why we hate that clickbait stuff. This is what to expect when you click it. So your thumbnail needs to be on it.
Yeah. Should their face be in the thumbnail?
Yes. I'm going to ask you guys a question. After we had that meeting, I had a meeting with both of you gentlemen, and I asked you to up your thumbnail game. Remember? Because when you are branding with a thumbnail, so no man finds a woman and says, before he even spoke to her and says, I fell in love with her mind. You don't know how her mind thinks. You saw her body. That's what the thumbnail does.
That's true. That's true.
You see the thumbnail.
Yep.
And you go, Exactly.
So you click her body.
You click her body.
You click when you see that thumbnail. You put your thumb on that nail.
Yeah.
And so the thumbnail is the same thing. It's the catch. That's actually what they call it, the catch. So that's what you want to draw them in with the thumbnail, and that's why you see these thumbnails is like, you know, and all of this, and then the text, the big bold text and everything, because that's the grab. Then you have to follow that up with good content. The problem is, the problem is there's a lot of people out there with great content and the thumbnail sucks. And so no one will ever know how good your content is because it's just bad quality, and vice versa. Some people have excellent thumbnails and the content is bad, but some people have great content and the thumbnail is bad.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He's saying well, I'm not sure. Is it he or she? The music company LLC says I actually started a channel. They call it Amoeba Enterprises. Now we don't know what amoeba means. No one knows what that means. Okay.
Right.
So because no one knows what that name means, your channel, your thumbnail, and
has to speak a lot of words.
Must tell us what's happening. They said I have been a musician all my life, but God has given me a vision for something more in relation to this YouTube channel. All right. So I'm with Dr. Rodney. All right. What is this music? What is it all about? The thumbnail should say one thing. Of course, the title should up under the video. How important that is, guys. The title up under the video.
The title is the description. The first thing that people are going to see, because a lot of people on YouTube or social media, they scroll a lot.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this, that there's a difference between Facebook and YouTube. Facebook are people that are at church that's bored.
Yeah.
They scroll.
Yeah.
YouTube is the people who's going to come to your page for your page, for your content. So you got to be very careful. So number one, I'll say this, that your thumbnail has got to grab them. That info that you put on there, the little few, what was it, 100 characters or something like that, it's got to be on it. It's got to draw them. And then your next place where you want information to go is what we call in the description. Because when they click that description is going to tell them what your video is all about as well.
Absolutely.
So I think that those are key.
And I find, Larry, that a lot of times asking a question in your title causes people to want to find out what that is. Number one. Number two, giving them a number system, meaning 5 ways to do this, 7 ways to do this, 10 ways to do this. That also have people to come over. And this, you got to find clever ways.
They call that a funnel. Right. Yeah. And that's called a funnel, right?
Yeah.
Some people call it clickbait, but that's called a funnel because you're going to get people to literally, if you got 3 different funnels, they will follow you down this path by asking those questions. Like, what is the 5 top, paid musicians, that type of deal. and what are the hottest 5 songs, and then now you got your curiosity going, and people, those are used a lot for what's called funnels, right? And then you get them with the grab. But one of the things I would say to is it a young man or a man or a woman?
I don't know. The music company
it's not a good name. I'm sorry, but I have to. I'm in my slightly older age. I am very more direct than I used to be because I don't have a lot of time to just kick. I'm all about results. The name is horrible because no one's going to remember that name. What he should do is change the name right away. YouTube is not going to, fine him for it. He can literally go and change the name. He needs to use his or her name. Brand your face and your name. What he's doing is starting out wrong.
And that's why I said we don't know what amoeba enterprises mean.
I forgot it until you just said it.
So it's called SEO, as search engine optimization, is one thing. And the name, even when you try to get a website, you all should have a website that as close as possible can describe what your company is,
what you do,
and what you do.
In your title.
Yes, it should not be ssd.com. No one know what that is.
Hey, Walter.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
What does that say?
Yeah,
it says Larry Jones right below you. Your name right there.
Stock up. And everybody know I got over 2 million people now have seen this logo. I got 500,000 people that follow me every day. And because it's easy to remember, stock up. If you Google stock up, I'll come up. If you Google Larry Jones, I'll come up. And the same thing should happen to anybody that's starting a new page, because I've already branded. So now he's got to brand his name. Nobody knows who he is. So the best thing to do is make that as simple as possible for people. And don't overcomplicate.
So that's good. Dr. Jones want to say something?
Yeah, so you're saying brand your page, brand your name, brand your face.
Yes.
My Sunday school is Rodney Jones Sunday School.
Right.
Walter is Sirwalterj Jones. Larry is stuck up with stock up. Stock up.
If we wasn't on Facebook with all these church folk,
stick up with Larry. Stock up with Larry Jones.
Your mama and your daddy.
So now we've branded our name, branded our face. So all of our what are those things called again that they see, that they click? Thumbnails has our picture on it.
Yeah.
So what that does now.
As a matter of fact, Rodney, I'm all about running tests. I have run 1,000 different tests on YouTube, right? And I've had my YouTube page. I've had a YouTube page since 2009, and I ran a series of tests. If I put a thumbnail up without my face on it now, because I've branded, I get 20% less clicks because my face is not on the thumbnail.
Yeah.
If I just do text in the same color without my face on it, I get 20 to 25% less click through.
That's why it's important to brand your face and to brand your name.
Absolutely.
And so every time somebody it's like watching a good movie. When you see Morgan Freeman and all these cats in there, I'm going to watch the movie. I don't know what it's about. But because their faces have been branded. But I'll say this, though.
If you see Samuel L. Jackson, you know you're getting some professional cursing.
Exactly. And he don't care either.
He don't care. Get these snakes off the plane.
But I'll say this about the importance of content. I don't think a person's webpage, or not their webpage, their YouTube should be universal. I don't think it should be different areas.
It should be niched. It should be
one subject.
Niche.
One niche, one this. Don't let it be music and poetry and carpentry.
Biggest mistake most new YouTubers make.
Yeah, because you're not gonna grab. You need to make it what it is and grab that group of individuals and stick to your content, and then let that grow. Create another channel for how to play guitar, and another channel how to talk against organ players. It's all different.
And truth be
channels.
told, you shouldn't even try to do those other pages
No.
at all.
No, perfect
Number
one.
one, you make that your main one first. And just
Yes.
like he said, it needs to be in a niche.
Yes.
Actually, the more niche it is, the easier it is for YouTube to help you promote it. That's
Correct.
what SEO is all about, search engine optimization. So you tell YouTube, okay, I got this page, help me promote it, YouTube. YouTube says, okay, what do you do? Well,
Right.
I wash cars, I fry chicken, I make jewelry. I go, and YouTube is going, I don't know how to promote that. This is like,
Right.
but you know what I'm saying? But if you say I make music, then YouTube will put you in a category and it will serve you to other music lovers and
Right.
other musicians.
That's true. And the only way around that, the only way that it will work if you do various things is if you are a talk show host like myself. Okay, like
Somebody wanted to know, Lady Lovely wanted to know, is Sirwalterj related to Stock Jones?
No,
well, no.
They got the same mama and daddy, but they're not related.
Well, that's if there is a Stock Jones out there, but this is Stock Up with Larry Jones, so I don't know which one. But yeah, so YouTube will give you a category of where you want to be. All right,
Yes.
mine's is personality, so I'm pretty much like a Steve Harvey morning show or Oprah Winfrey. That's the only way it would work if you're talking about diverse topics. But you are the topic in this case.
Yes.
You
Yes.
are the topic, all right. But even though mine is variations, I still have to tell YouTube, but where do I fit? So
you still are, because your personality, that
Yes.
is a niche.
yes,
So
yeah,
my second page, Larry Jones TV, I'm a personality there.
yeah.
I deal with different subjects, but I'm a personality. You still help YouTube define who you are.
Yes,
Correct.
yes, but you still got to tell it in the categories.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
I tell them
definitely.
I am a Christian Pentecostal talk show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to say that you're a talk show, that could mean anything. You know.
Anything.
But I niched it down to Christian talk show, so then I can talk about anything. Yes,
I would like to add something, and I always throw back to this. I say this even in the pulpit. I say this when I'm teaching teachers. Content is it's so important. You got to be true to what you say you're about to do, and that rhymes. And I'm a poet and didn't know it.
pretty good.
And number two, you got to get straight to the business within. Now I say this to my Sunday school
Yeah,
teachers.
you do.
You should not be 20 minutes before you get into the text.
Man, don't do that.
And if you're gonna have a YouTube Sunday school channel, you should be on verse number 1, 2-3 minutes into your opening up. You
Yeah.
should always, so you open up with, this is what I'm gonna do, or you open up with a question. Have you ever seen 2 blind rats play the organ? No?
Right.
Good. We're gonna show you this on today. I'm gonna challenge you, blah, blah, blah. When you come back on, you give them your brief welcome,
Yeah.
then you give them what's called that hook, and then you want to give some instructions
Yes.
and get right to the content. Don't
waste time.
all day this and that, because people going to turn you off. How was it, Larry? Less than 10 seconds or something like that. They turned you off.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and in radio it worked the same way. This is why certain songs they had to get to the hook within about 45 seconds to a minute in that song. Actually, a minute is too long to get to the hook because the radio stations needed to play commercials. Okay, they got sponsors, what have you, and they will try and find a song that they played where they know that the hook is going to get in there in 30 seconds or less. Get to that hook, or the people are going to turn the station off to somewhere else. Your YouTube channel should be the same way, like Doc Rodney said. Tell them what's getting ready to come up. All right? And the news do it to us all the time. We'll be watching. They'll make you watch the news for a whole hour, and they'll get to what they said at the beginning of that show.
Yeah.
They'll
At the
get
very end.
at the very end, 59
At the
minutes
very
in.
end.
Tease
Yes,
you
sir.
every commercial.
Every commercial they tease it. When we come back,
Yes, those are teasers.
So
That's
what?
purposely done.
So what you hate is what you need to be doing with your YouTube channel.
Yes.
What you hate. Yeah, what you hate. Also, each one of us get downs, thumb downs.
Of course.
Each one of us. People do not like our content. You cannot be discouraged by the thumb downs and the hatred in the comment section. So, Dr. Rodney, you first. Help us out with that concept.
Your brother Larry had to help me because I still get affected. I could have 500 likes and a half thumb, and I'll sniffle like a little baby. But Larry told me something. He says, Rodney, there are so many people, just because your content is religious, they're going to go on, hit thumbs down first, and then say, now let me see what they're talking about.
Sure will.
So those are the negative people. Those are the ones who don't like you. You can't let that affect you. Look at the 17,000 that said a thumbs up. Look at the 20 that says thumbs up. And look at the comments. What gets me, and that's another thing, you got to challenge your audience to comment below.
You do.
Because now that's what they call it, interaction.
Yes.
And YouTube sees interaction as well.
They will
Never
reward
hold
you.
a conversation by yourself.
Don't do it.
And then leave the room.
Yes.
That's not fair. That's monologue. You don't ever want monologue in a conversation. You want dialogue.
That's good. Larry Jones.
Yeah, dialogue.
The great poet Taylor Swift said, "Haters gonna hate."
Who said that now?
The great poet.
The great poet.
She's
Taylor
a
Swift.
poetist.
Which
She
one was
said,
it?
"Haters are going to hate." And then the great poet followed it up with, "Shake it off." Shake it off. Okay? That's what they do. They do what they do. Dogs bite, liars lie, thieves steal, and haters hate. They doing their job.
They're doing their job.
I'll premiere sometimes a video that's pre-prepared. I'll premiere it, and while the countdown is happening, somebody will dislike it. Okay, but I got videos they'll dislike it, but then at the end of the video I'll have 50 dislikes, but I'll have 12,000 likes.
Yeah.
So 50 dislikes to 12,000 is nothing. It just lets you know you use that as fuel, because I always tell people this: don't let the tail wag the dog.
That's right.
Don't let these naysayers take you off of your square, because they will. All of us YouTubers have been guilty of that, but you can't read into it. You just got to put your big boy drawers on and keep moving. Your big girl panties on and keep moving, because if you weren't doing anything, everybody would be liking you and loving you.
That's good. That's good. Marlene St. Jude, you said some demonic and adult stuff comes up in the comment section. Yes, you do your best to police it.
Right.
And a lot of that stuff comes up even while I'm on live. That's why you always should have another computer next to you when you're doing a live. Get you another computer.
Have two of them.
And then you can put these people on timeout. You can block them. You can report them while you're doing your live, right? That's why my next point is building a community. You need to build your community. Build your community, because that's important, because the community is going to help you, watch and police a lot of that stuff that you see, and just reach over there and delete them. How important are the communities are, brothers?
The community is that core people, these core people that, like on Stock Up, I got core people. That's my community. And I recognize their names, and believe it or not, with well over 540,000 subscribers, I know who those core people are. I recognize their names. They come to me. They ask me, "Are you doing okay?" If someone says anything negative, they will come and they will get that person straight. And so those are your core people. And then on my other page, those are like all my core people because they know I'm giving inspirational, motivational, spiritual talk. Those are my hardcore people. But I tell you, you protect them because those are the ones that will support you financially.
That's right.
Those are the ones that will buy your notes. Those are the ones that will buy your merch. I have merch that I sell them. I give them at discounts. Those are the ones that want to support your business, your music, or your ministry. So that community is everything.
Doc Jones?
Yes, sir. I see a community as family, like Larry said. When they come on, this is your family who's on your channel before you go live.
Yep.
They're already having conversations. You go on there, you create an event, and it says 20 people are waiting. That's part of your main family, and they're having conversations among each other, like brothers and sisters.
Yep.
So what I started doing is before I go live, I go on that community. What's up, y'all? And we start talking before I go live. Matter of fact, one of your community persons, Walter, asked, were you and Larry related? And somebody else who is on your team or your family or your community says, yes, they are related. So sometimes when you're doing some stuff, your family your community got your back. They're covering you.
Yeah.
And like Larry said, when they pop up and say, hey, you recognize them, you know them, and then they send them the ones who send you the emails.
Yeah.
And tell, hey, that was a good job, that was a good point. Or them the ones who could send you an email and say, hey, I got a question about what you said. Is this what you mean to say or whatever?
They'll cover you.
That's your community.
Yeah.
They take them the ones who are the timekeepers. They'll tell you, hey, you've been up a little bit, hey, whatever, hey, drink some water. You know what I'm talking about, Walter.
Oh, yes, I do.
Your community.
I'm gonna tell you, they really are. I call them my family. They really are like family to me. There's sometimes when I come down here and I just talk, like I'm not dealing with finances, and I talk to my family. And you guys know what I'm saying. You have a connection with these people that you've never saw, and I call them family. I've never seen them. I just through this medium, but I consider them as family. I pray over their finances. I pray over their wealth and their health. And they pray over me, and it's nothing more touching. I said one time, I said, hey, you guys pray for me. And I was doing a live, and there was somebody from another country. She started in, Father God, in the name of Jesus. This is a stock page. Man, I'm telling you, that broke me down. Like I felt the power of her prayer. I really did.
That's awesome. See, here's one right here. We call my community the bunker people. And Bruce says, let's get the thumbs up and share this information. You see, I have these people who, when we don't remember to tell people to hit thumbs up, you got them there saying, let's share this because we are family. When I wanted to do something for Haiti, my goal was about $500. I want to bless Haiti because Bishop Moody got a school over there. You know, it's been over there for many years. And my community raised $5,000, man, like that. Why? Because they believe and they trust in me, the content creator, because we became a family. All right. So my next thing here is talking about the money portion. And now that y'all have channels, how much, Dr. Jones, start with you first. What can they do now to get YouTube to consider them a bona fide channel so they can start monetizing that channel? What do they need to do?
I think, because sometimes they keep changing. I think it's 1,000. They have to have 1,000 subscribers, and they have to have so many hundred of view time. It's the views.
It's one. They have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours.
4,000 watch hours is what they have to have. So that means that you got to start from scratch, and please do not go the wrong way by buying subscribers, because YouTube can tell that you bought subscribers, and that's a strike against you.
Yes, sir.
Don't be so anxious. Now, what you can do is, number one, make sure that your thumbnail is popping, and this is where you may have to invest a little money in someone who can do graphics.
Yeah.
Get you about 5 or 6 shots. Get your graphics and all of that, so that can pop, and maybe get somebody who can show you how how to write some wording, how to word some things. Let the professionals do that. Invest a little money on that while you stick to the content of the matter.
Yes, sir.
Because your content is what's going to push and pull. And what's going to happen is then, what is it? The keywords, not the keywords, the tags.
Sure.
Yeah.
Tags.
Your tags and all that has got to be on point. And then YouTube will start noticing how you interact with your community. And then once you get your 1,000 subs, they're gonna watch that. And once you get your 4,000 viewer hours, then they'll send you a text saying that you are now ready for monetization.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But you got to build it.
Yeah.
I'll say this and I'm done. You've got to build it by supporting other people, because YouTube notice every time you go to somebody else's channel and make a comment or leave a thumbs up, but don't ever put on there, hey, I subscribe to you, subscribe to me back. You don't even want to do stuff like that.
Absolutely. And you want to, whether negative or positive, you want to comment or respond to comments. You have to do that, because YouTube look at that as engaging, and there's something going on over there on that channel. So YouTube is like, okay, yeah, there's something's going on over there, and we want to push it into the right side of your screen. And that right side is the relevant videos. Okay, you want to be over there. So comment, again, no matter how negative it is against you, you could just say, God bless you, or something. Just comment, and YouTube will favor that.
I learned that from you and Larry. Both of y'all told me, and here's another thing, always listen to other people.
Yes.
I learned from you and Larry to always give a thumbs up when the person comment, even if they give a bad comment. Give a thumbs up, give a heart, and then respectfully give your answer or your comment to them. And usually you say, thank you for viewing, thank you for subscribing. I learned that from the two of you all, and I use that information. So we gain from one another.
Yeah, yeah. Larry Jones, you got anything to say about that?
Well, amen.
Yeah. Yeah, amen. No, amen. Dinners, desserts, and more says, I'm late and I will catch the portion I miss after the show. Have any of you ever struggled with being consistent in the beginning with YouTube? If so, what helped you overcome?
Well, go ahead, Larry.
That is when I used to, because I don't have time anymore, when I used to train other YouTubers, the number one thing I tell them that they're going to fail at first is consistency, because we get lackadaisy, right? We don't see an immediate return. We see one subscriber every other day when we first start.
Yes.
And we just go, well, I'll just miss this day. I'll do it next day, and I'll do it next day. And well, it doesn't really matter. The key to being a successful YouTuber, Instagrammer, or Facebooker is consistency.
Yep.
Post, if it's once a week, post once a week on the same time, on the same date. If it's 3 times a week, make it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. People get used to a certain time coming, even if they're getting a notification bell or not. They know that by this day, I should be able to read Rodney Jones Sunday School. And so you blow it when you say, well, I only got 2 subscribers a day. Well, there's 365 days in a year. So if you're not good with 2 subscribers a day, then you're not good with 50 subscribers a day.
That's true.
Consistency is the key.
Yeah, consistency is the key. And so if you're going to pick a time, and the $1 million question to many new YouTubers is, when do I, post a video, or when do I go live throughout the week, and then what time of the week? I find that you pick the day and you pick the time, and the old adage of, if you build it, they will come. That worked for me. I decided 9 o'clock. I didn't poll a whole lot of people. I decided 9 o'clock is the time I go on, and then I decided to do it every night. Before, I was going to do it 1 or twice a week, and my numbers were just blah, blah, blah. I decided to go every night, and then my numbers just went up the roof, all right, my viewership. But I said 9 o'clock. what that did was that caused me to build a community around Sirwalterj Jones at 9 o'clock. So if I came on at 8 o'clock, my people were like, man, listen, I'm still cooking. I'm still at the ball game. Man, brother, you come on at 9, not 8. So I had to stick to that. And so for you, Dr. Jones, what did you find was best for you?
Well, there's this man named Keith, this white gentleman. It's bad that I can remember his name. Because I first started my YouTube channel in 2017 with 89 subscribers, just giving a Sunday school review for fun. I just loved it. And so I would do it every now and then. This white gentleman says, "Sir, you are an excellent Sunday school YouTube teacher, but you are undependable for weekly Bible study."
I remember that story.
Undependable is what he said. And
did you a
Walter,
favor.
Larry, I cried like a baby because that hurt my gonads. And I don't even know if I got any of those.
What's wrong with this man?
Do you hear me?
Checking your wife's purse.
It hurt until my toes were shaking. It was worse than him saying Mufasa. So what I did was, because sometimes I would post on a Saturday night for a lesson that's got to be taught by hundreds by Sunday. When he said that it just hurt. But then I turned around and started posting every Friday. Then I started posting every Thursday. And then Larry and I was trying to figure out what day should I post. And like you said, I found out when you brand yourself, you can make the date and people will get up out the bed to view you.
Yes.
Because now you have become a part of their life.
That's
How
right.
many people look at that Shonda, what's that girl name who wrote
Shonda Rhimes?
The Grey's Anatomy and all that. How many thousands of people who's supposed to be at church
Yeah.
call the pastor,
of
I'm a
America.
little late because my whatever. And so I
How to
learned
get away with
two
murder.
things. Yeah. Two things that I want to talk about.
Bridgerton.
Discipline. Discipline is one thing, and consistency. People on YouTube are looking for consistency.
Yeah.
People on Facebook don't too much care.
They don't
But
care.
They
people
don't care
on
like
YouTube,
YouTube.
YouTube. So when that brother did it, now I'm gonna say this and I'm done. When he did this, it hurt, but it was good for me. I turned around, and then that brother, his pastor, shifted. He became, his pastor passed. He became the Sunday school man. And he asked me for if I could support him. That was the same guy. And I started supporting that guy, and we built a relationship. And every now and then, I would yell at him when I see him. But that's what it took, because he had to let me know I'm not consistent, so they can't depend on me. And regardless of how good you are, if they can't depend on you, they gone.
That's good. And we're doing what's called cross media here. You know, I have my brothers on my show. Crossing the media is very important. We're supposed to, what you should do is support other YouTube channels. You need
Correct.
to do it. You got to do it. And what we as black people, you know, we have the crab in the barrel mentality, thinking that everybody needs to be promoting me. I got to do a YouTube channel. Everybody, it's me. I'm more important. You got to move away from that. When I see other YouTubers, I'm on there. I'm commenting. I'm hitting the like button. All kind of
Yes.
stuff. And I'm pushing their channel, all right? Because when you do that, they will return the favor. All right, Larry Jones, help us out with this portion of the show here as we wrap this up. I think you know this better.
So Walter, I showed you. I said, watch what happens when I do this. I showed you. I shared it with you before I even did it.
Yeah, you did.
I shouted out. I shouted out 3 other popular YouTubers, right? One has almost 600,000. The other now has 430,000, and the other he's right under me, right? I literally shouted them out and said, "You guys need to be watching these other YouTubers."
Yeah.
And the gentleman with the biggest YouTube page at that time, he had 500,000, and I was at like 300. He was at 500,000. He shouted my page out, put the link to my page out, and the next day I got 14,000 subscribers. 14,000 subscribers in one day. I, in turn, did the same thing for 2 other YouTubers, shouted them out, and gave them, these are black and white gentlemen. And so there again, Dr. Jones talked about community. The people that do what you do also has community.
That's right.
So I, in turn, gave somebody 15,000 subscribers.
Yes.
I sent them to their page because we're in the same space. We're in financial pages. Now, I don't do that anymore because you got to know, but I had followed these gentlemen for like 6 months and they solid. So if it's music, you can say, hey, I like that guy's music. That's no problem. But in my space, I just can't do that. But it just goes to show you the power of supporting someone else. What's that?
MySpace.
You get MySpace.
Your MySpace. Your MySpace.
And this is a related to what they call affiliate marketing. It's very very related to it. But network
well,
marketing.
You know what? Let's touch on that. I mean, this is supposed to be about finances. Let's talk about affiliate links and all of that.
Absolutely. Yeah, affiliate marketing is very, very powerful because everybody don't have a product. You know, everybody, they just don't have a product. Dr. Rodney Jones have notes. If he wished to make even more, he can actually offer an affiliate program with his notes that the Sirwalterj Jones Show and Larry Jones Show could be offering you all Rodney Jones notes, all right, for what he sell them for, and then Rodney Jones give us a cut. He decides 50%, 70%. Sometimes I've seen affiliate marketers give 80%, you know, of their revenue to.
And they're doing this with major companies like Amazon.
Absolutely.
So you literally, people, Rodney and I are gonna be. He doesn't know it yet, but we're gonna be working on an affiliate link with a Bible. He don't know that yet, but we're gonna be working on that.
Surprise!
I'll be on this business.
Yeah.
But that is true. I have 4 major brands that I have sponsorships with and affiliate links, and those passive incomes are I can't discuss them.
Yeah, but
huge. Yeah, well, you've seen them.
Oh yeah,
it's more than what I used to make a year.
Yeah,
just one link. And so it's we have to understand, and you don't have to have a big page.
Right.
You literally can have an affiliate link with 1,000 subscribers.
That's it. That's right.
And your affiliate link could be bringing in more money than YouTube is paying.
That's right.
Actually, more of them are going to be bringing in more money than YouTube is paying.
Yeah.
That is so true. You have a better leverage for doing that.
Yes.
Because when your YouTube page is monetized, you know, you kind of can gauge how much you're going to make at the end of the month. You kind of can gauge, you know. But with affiliate marketing, man, the sky is really the limit. The sky's the limit on how you can promote someone else's product that you didn't have to create. You just spend one day writing a note or nothing, all right? And then you affiliate. What do you think Amazon.com is?
Yeah.
It is one big affiliate.
I give a portion of my merch to charity, and I just had a Black Friday, the Black Friday sale. So Teesprings, which is integrated with YouTube, gave 15% off. They're doing it again Thursday. And, moved over $1,000 worth of product in a day, in 2 days. And I didn't print one T-shirt. Teesprings does that. They ship it. They pay me. I don't have to worry about nothing. All people do is see it, click a link, I get paid, right? Yeah. For the month of November, I'm giving it all December, I'm giving it all to charity. And that's because that's what I want to do. But you guys can create different streams of revenue. And you could do this while you still have your job. You can literally come home from your job, spend 30 minutes on doing anything you love on YouTube or Facebook now, because Facebook does pay, but YouTube is where you want to go.
Right.
And you could just start to build, and you have to be thankful for the one is what I always say.
Yep. Thankful for the one, and that's good. Tabitha Brown has blown up from her YouTube and Twitter. Now she has a children's show. Okay, and again, a lot of
and
people
all kind of commercials.
Many people have become very not just famous but wealthy because they showed up on YouTube with just 5 subscribers.
Yeah, I get my publishers reaching out to Tabitha Brown. I want to have her on the show.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So YouTube is a very powerful medium, y'all. Don't take it. Don't look at it as just being some place for people can just talk and comment and all that stuff. But it is a place where people literally have quit their jobs, and this is all they do. And they travel the world, just by what YouTube has paid them, because there are many avenues of ways of making money on YouTube. First, number one, the partner program that YouTube have is where you get your monetizing through Google's AdSense, which is what all 3 of us we make money every month just by talking to y'all. Okay. Number 2, a lot of you you give through what's called the super chat. This is the super chat program that YouTube have. YouTube also have merch, okay, and YouTube have developed different ways that you make money. But outside of that, the affiliate marketing is a wonderful thing.
They'll find you. They'll find you. I get no less than 10 offers a day.
Yeah. Is that all?
From companies. And I've literally 10 that's no less than 10 offers a day. And this is going to sound shocking to some of you guys. This is going to sound shocking to some of you guys, but just because I don't want to, as they say, pimp my page out, I've turned down over $1.5 million in offers this year alone. That's how crazy it gets the bigger your page gets.
And that's true.
But what a lot of people don't understand is, and I'm going to say something, with 5,000, so I just went to an event where they had all of us, YouTubers and influencers. I met a gentleman that has 5,000 subscribers and is making $7,000 a month.
Yeah.
Not 50,000, not 500,000, 5,000. And he is knocking it out of the park.
Yep. It's like the 80-20 rule. 20% of the people do 80% of the work. That's it. I have
growing up. That was me and Larry.
Yeah. Rodney did 20%.
80% of the work, and Larry got the credit for it.
Here's the deal. It's there's money in selling classes. And I'm going to tell you this. There's another gentleman that has just like Rodney sells his notes, right? I'm gonna just want to bless somebody with some ideas, right? So there was another gentleman that taught a class. He and I did a live at this event in Texas. He has 70,000 Instagram. He don't even have a YouTube page on Instagram. He has 70,000 followers on Instagram, but that brother makes $100,000 per month. Wow. By selling classes.
Yeah.
And all you got to do to learn how to put a class together is buy one of the classes.
That's exactly it. Y'all
buy one of the classes.
Yes.
Pick it apart. Yes. And then see what you're good at. And then you put your class together and you find out how to create these funnels that you see all of these sales on Facebook. Hey, you want to learn how to do this? Boom, 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 boom. People, I'm telling you, there are God ideas out there that are waiting for you guys that are ready to go get it.
Yes.
I'll say this.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Many people, they say, well, I don't want to put that kind of money. Save them Air Jordan shoes for 1 year that you spend $300 and $400 for. We're the ones that you bought last month. Take that same $300, $400 that you was going to buy something that you already got, the other project, and invest that in your business.
Yes.
Do you know how I started my YouTube off with Larry? You and I was together. I bought 2 cameras that cost me $100.
Right.
2 cameras cost me $100. Now, if you was to see the equipment that I got in here now, but I started small, And when I got my little money from it, I put it right back into the business. But what we do is we stay up all half the night watching, learning, and studying. We're trying to discipline ourselves so that we can learn what next move we need to make, rather than going to sleep, rather than paying, going out. Okay, it's your birthday, so you're getting ready to blow $1,000 for your birthday. Take that $1,000 and buy something that you need for what it is that you're trying to make money with. Invest your own money and get started. That's how I think it should be done.
That's also awesome to say that. The journey, there's a statement, I don't remember how it goes, but basically a journey to 1,000 miles away is one step at a time. One step at a time. And work your little into plenty. She says, I have a whole 36 subscribers. We all started with 36 subscribers. Okay, we all started with 36.
But ask her, how many times does she post a week?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. How many times do you post a week? Work your little into plenty. All right.
And what is your content? What is your content?
Yes.
What is your content?
What is your content? All right. Because just because you start a YouTube channel, don't mean people are going to run to you. So when I made that statement, you have to earn it. So when I made that statement earlier about I built it and they came, but what I built was something that people wanted. You know what I'm saying? And then I continue to go live every night. Now you don't have to go every night. I decided to go every night. All right. So no, we're not laughing at you.
We're not laughing at you.
No, we're not laughing at you.
No, we serious. All of us started with a low number.
Listen, I had somebody today. I'm not going to call their names. Right? They were making sweatshirts. You guys know them. I'll tell you guys who it is when we get off. They were making t-shirts. They were making hoodies, right? The hoodie and the printing was $45. You know how much they were selling the hoodies for? They were literally bringing the hoodies to the printer, getting them printed, and shipping it to their clients because they started their own little name, their own saying. You know how much they were selling the hoodies for? $45. Their cost was $45, and they were selling it for $45. So, work your little plenty. I looked them in the face today. I says, that is the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. This business is. I became Mr. Wonderful on Shark Tank. I says, take this idea in the backyard and shoot it.
Did you look them in the pockets of their soul?
And then I began to help them. I said that. I looked them dead in the sockets of their eyes, and I said,
"You said that?"
I said that. Yeah. Huh? That's an inside joke.
Inside.
So, but you know what? I geared them in the right direction. So, work your little into plenty. We ain't making fun of you. We shaking you, causing you to walk to find your why. Because the last thing you need is somebody tell you you're doing a great job when you're not.
They're lying.
You want somebody to point you in the right direction and help you. Somebody that is already where you're trying to go and say, no, don't go that way. Go this way. That's what you need.
That's true. With some study, if you're good enough, you can sell your own drawers to somebody else.
That's truth.
That's true.
You can sell. Somebody say you can sell coffee beans from Colombia. That's where they make coffee beans. And you can make it. And you can. So it doesn't matter what you have. If you're good enough, they'll buy it. All right, but you have to build your. But make sure you listen to the content. Look, we call them competition, but I really don't have no competition on YouTube. We don't have competition. We don't call them competition, but the world calls them competition. So I'm using that word lightly. The people who you see as making it, find out what they're doing. Look at their thumbnails. Look at their description. All the stuff that's in their description. The keywords are in their description. Okay. Look at their links to other places out away from YouTube. All right. You need to build your websites and all kind of stuff like that. So look what your competitors are doing, and buy their programs, like Larry said, and then copy it, but use who you are. Don't copy it verbatim, and now you're going into some copyright issues there. You don't need that. And then people are going to look at your stuff and say, that's Larry Jones stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That's copycat.
That's copycat. Yes. No. But you know how to look at stuff and say, okay, let me build mine. When I write songs, when I play the piano, what have you, I've been studying up under the greatest songwriters and piano players there is. But when I play, they always say, that's
Barry White and Barry Manilow.
Right.
Yeah, they
when I come on my show, I play other people's music, and they always say, that's Sirwalterj Jones. I take other people's music, and I make it my own. Yeah. And they'll always say, I like your version better. Right? Yeah. That's how you copy your competitors, make it your own, and I guarantee
I learned this from Rodney.
Guarantee you can make it.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I learned this from Rodney, so I just plugged it up to my phone. Reinvest in yourself, good people, like he was saying.
Yeah.
Have to reinvest in your, there's a camera there, and these are 4K cameras. Reinvest. Mm-hmm. This is the stuff that, so this is StreamYard. Am I saying it right? This is Stream Deck here.
Stream Deck.
This is my switcher, so I could switch from camera to camera. This is the type of stuff that, instead of me trying to figure all of this stuff out, instead of so I got 2 shows I'm trying to do. I'm in design, I got all of this other stuff that I'm trying to do, going and talking at these events. Rodney knows how to do this live stream stuff, right? When it comes to the cameras and YouTube and all of that, that's my deal. But when it came to going to live stream, I knew nothing about it. So instead of me wasting a lot of time, I hired my brother to come teach me. And I said, hey, tell me what I got to buy. Didn't I, Rodney? I said, right. we're not going cheap. We're going to tell me what to buy. Rodney said, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. And then I'm going to pay you to come and teach it to me. Mm-hmm. Because reinvestment is one of the things that is so overly looked in most upstart businesses. They just think, I'm going to start this business and I'm going to pocket all this money. When you should be spending 10% advertising, and then you should have reinvestment funds. So if you're blessed enough to get a subscriber a day, you're a growing business.
Yes, sir.
In this industry.
Right.
That's right. And my channel is just 13,000. All right. It's a small channel, but I'm constantly getting emails from Nike and the Final Cut Pro and all these other companies who want me to promote their products on a small channel. Why? Because they see my numbers growing. I mean, my viewership is growing, but the retention is staying there. People are staying for a whole hour and a half and not going anywhere. These companies are watching you when you don't think, and they're watching you, and they can see your stats. They can see your algorithm. They can see all that stuff. So they want what you have, and you can literally level the playing field on these corporations. Now, Larry Jones got an elaborate setup there, but you may have a small budget. I got one little Stream Deck right here. Okay, you see the Stream Deck here? That's I pretty much got what he have. I have the Stream Deck here, and I'm using webcams that back in the day was costing you like $75. Okay, but can y'all see how crystal clear my content is? So you can start small and work your way out, because some of y'all got big houses, and so you may need to do a little something different. But some of y'all are streaming out of your closet. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars on equipment. Find out what works for you.
You could have a good show out of your closet. Find you some ambient lighting.
With an iPhone or an Android phone.
Absolutely. Just start.
That's how I started. Yeah, I started with the iPhone. You go to my earlier shows on YouTube, that got thousands of my one show that got 300,000 views, that is, was shot on an iPhone. You know what I was talking about?
Rodney trying to do it now, Walter.
Yeah, I see. He trying.
Watch this.
Watch this. There it is. I don't have mine plugged in yet, but I'm about to plug mine in.
Hey, Rodney, I'm about to pick up his whole computer.
I'm about to pick up my whole computer. Now, see, I got stuff these guys don't have. Now, you see, this is my podcasting. I've got the Rhodes. What is this thing? It's a Class A, all kind of stuff over here that y'all don't see. But it makes
Class A.
It makes everything work. I've got lights and cameras. You name
Rodney, he about to make me go in the studio.
So I got stuff that I do podcasts. These guys haven't got to that world yet. When they get older, I'm gonna teach them how to do podcasts. Okay. Outside of that, we all are doing what we do. All right. So. Listen, y'all, I'm going to rename the class, this show here. It says how to live off of your passive income, which is what we did teach you, but we stayed on one particular niche, and that's YouTube channels, all right? So we're gonna subname this show YouTube channel. Yes, sir.
But I'll tell you this, in all honesty, we also need to, let me tell you what's about to happen with the stock market, right? We've already had Friday. We had a Black Friday where the stock market really sold off. If you're not investing right now, you're just missing it. You're really just missing it. So the stock market, the Dow Jones, everything it's been on a steady decline right now, right? Mm-hmm. Without making it sound too complicated, I'm trying to simplify it. Either way it goes, stocks are coming down. So just think about a camel walking up to you and bowing down so you can get on his back. That's happening right now.
Right now.
And next year, first quarter, probably by the end of first quarter, so January, February, March, will be a good time to be getting in, if not sooner. Mm-hmm. And so I want to talk to you guys. I want everybody listening to me that don't have any investments to look up what an ETF is. It's letter ETF. So what an ETF is, it's the first thing in stocks that I tell people to start buying. And I can give you the ticker number. It's QQQ. Yeah. When you buy QQQ, you're buying the overall stock market. That's right? And so just think that you got 4,800 stocks all in one bag. So you're taking all of the stocks. Instead of you going and picking all of these stocks, you're taking them all and you're putting them into one cup or one bag. And you buy this every month. Every month, you putting away some money in this bag. So if you look at QQQ, which is the overall stock market, you're going to see a chart that goes like this. And every year it yields from 7 to 10%.
That's true.
And just start there because you are creating passive income there. The trick to that passive income is you don't pull from it.
Right.
You invest it and you leave it there.
You retire on that one.
and you can retire on it.
Yeah.
And you literally can be killing your 401k. And if you don't have a 401k, that can become your 401k.
It sure can.
If you don't have a retirement, that can become your retirement.
That's right.
For those of you out there that are truck drivers, carpenters, hotel workers, bus boys, waitresses. If you don't have a 401k, you can start creating wealth that way.
That's right.
So that's another passive income that you can do.
That's good. That's good. That can be your retirement, your Roth IRA. That's something. That's you investing in almost the whole stock market, pretty much. It's pretty much in the S&P, the 500. That's what that is, and it is a wonderful way of retiring. Many of my subscribers here are in their 60s and 70s, And can you imagine if you had started in your 20s doing that? You can literally retire.
Well, you can catch up by the amount of money that you put in.
Yeah.
And what I teach is start a side hustle and invest it all.
There you go. That's right, guys. Listen, you don't turn down the whole Uber thing, Lyft thing, and DoorDash. Don't turn that stuff down. Don't look at that as being below you. That is your money to play with, so you can put that into your investment. And it works. It works for so many thousands of people. They just I Ubered, and some people say, man, that's below you. Please, that Uber was paying my bills. It was amazing what it was paying. It was paying my car note. It was paying my mortgage, paying my rent, or whatever I had. It was paying stuff.
I was Ubering just to invest.
Yeah.
On top of my job, I was Ubering years ago just to invest, just so I can throw money into investments.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And flip that money.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, so just study money, y'all. Just study it. See what because cash is still trash to this day. It's still trash. All right. So because it's trash, take that trash and make something out of it. Make something out of that thing. All right. Listen, y'all. We'll be back next week to talk more deeper into passive and. Today we stayed a little bit, but I'm glad we did because a lot of people do have YouTube channel issues and questions that they've always wanted to know where to go. And go to YouTube itself. YouTube itself have the answer. All right, go into the description and type in the questions that you have. I guarantee you that those YouTube channels will be telling you what we told you today. All right, That's the same exact thing because a lot of us learn from watching these other YouTubers. All right. And so do that. Brothers, appreciate you. Thank y'all for taking out your time. I know you had a very busy day. That's why we started late. And they'll be back next week to further empower y'all. And listen, all this stuff was done free of charge.
I'll be in Houston.
Oh, you've been in Houston? Okay. All right, no problem.
Morning for Houston for the Kojic International Sunday School breakfast. So I won't be back until Wednesday.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, so we'll keep y'all posted on what's going on next week, all right? I actually invited Rodney for Friday, but I believe you have to preach Friday.
Yes, I'll be preaching for Superintendent Andre Sykes.
Andre Sykes. So you will, you definitely will not be out by 9 o'clock. Right?
Oh no, not Kojic.
No, not Kojic. All right. So Ella Jones will not be with us Friday. All right. I'll have to.
You won't be there either because you're gonna be with us.
I'll be there, but that church is up the street from me, so I'll be back in time for. No what?
Chicago Heights.
Yeah, that's up the street from me. No, you at Sykes. You're in Allgale Gardens.
Right. He has two churches.
So which one are you going to?
Allgale Garden.
That's up the street.
Y'all gonna have this conversation with all of us people sitting here. Y'all can do that.
Yeah.
Excuse us, Order.
We're having a family affair. You going to Allgale Gardens?
Yes, sir.
This is how Joneses do.
All right, that's up the street, so I'll be there.
That's up the street.
Yes, that's literally up the street.
Up the street. You mean how long does it take for you to get there?
Well, if you live in Atlanta, up the street simply.
Oh my goodness.
Simply means about an hour. I was in Atlanta the other day. Yeah, the store's around the corner up the street. We was in that car for about an hour and a half.
At least you wasn't on National Lampoon. While the man is jacking up, I give you directions.
I said, is this a Georgia around the corner? Yeah, it's a Georgia around the corner. A hoop and a holler. Oh, man. I'm like, man, I'm so glad it wasn't a couple miles from here. Yeah. All right, brothers. Take care of yourself. Tell your wives, well, I'm sorry. It's the
we'll
best
make
y'all.
up something to
Proper etiquette when you have guests on, you're supposed to say, where can the people find you?
Oh, they know where to find you.
Dr.
Bye.
Jones, where can the people find you?
Yeah, they can find me. You spell my name Sirwalterj.
They know where to find you. They know where to find
me.
you.
Rodney Jones Sunday School on YouTube.
Go to Stock Up with Larry Jones on YouTube channel. Please go there and hit the subscribe button. You'll find some wonderful tidbits on investing. Go to Rodney Jones. He used to call it Rodney Jones Sunday School, but it's just right.
It's still that.
Rodney Jones Sunday School. You go there and you get some wonderful bits also on the Sunday School lessons, and not just Sunday School, but it's Bible study at its best. All right, these two guys are brilliant at what they do, and they will be paying me after this as an affiliate marketer. Bye, guys.
These messages. Right back.
Hey, man, y'all hit the share button. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and share, subscribe, and do all the things that I've been telling y'all to do. I appreciate it. And those of you on Facebook, go ahead and share, rewind, be kind, and all that other good stuff. And we'll see y'all again tomorrow and the days coming. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to do something, all right? Take care of yourselves and one another. I'm gone. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Love y'all. Bye-bye.
Well, goodbye. 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 Enjoy yourself. Bye. Goodbye. 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 Bye. Well, goodbye. 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 Goodbye.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Fellas, does it seem like you can't get a good woman? Ladies, wonder why you can't keep a man? Then read The 4 Women That Men Desire, Volume 1, by Sirwalterj to figure out how to break the cycle. Go to Amazon.com to get your copy today.
Sir Walter Jones Show.
Goodbye.